Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. I want to say welcome to the platform, and I thank you guys for taking the time to hear me out. I'll make this very, very quick 2 to 3 minutes of your time. That's all I need. Let me tell you a little bit about myself in case you don't know. Some of you know, some of you don't. I'm a black man. I've been a black man my whole life. I'm also a former college professor. I taught at Syracuse University, Indiana University, the University of Kentucky. I've taught in China and Europe and all around the world. Also, here's what's interesting. When I first started off as a kid, I did not like school. I was a terrible student in school. It was a really bad experience for me. The racism wasn't fun. I didn't see value in the education. My grades were absolutely terrible. I wasn't even expected to go to college. But around the age of 18, some things happened. I ended up in college, and I did really well in college. I was the number one student, the number one black student on the University of Kentucky campus, the Wall Street Journal Outstanding Graduating Senior. And as you guys know, I also went on to get a PhD, and I was the only African American in the world actually to get a PhD in finance during the year 2002. You can go check it out. There's nobody else that graduated on the earth African American that year. Not that I'm bragging, it's just a fact. One of the things I did was I learned about finance at the very highest levels. I learned about economic inequality. I learned to understand the wealth gap and the racial wealth gap in ways that a lot of people don't. I learned a lot of secrets. I taught a lot of people, young people who are now multimillionaires on Wall Street and other places. And I really wanted to bring this back to my people. That was really important for me. And so ultimately, one of the things that I thought about was I said, I don't think that we have to accept coming in second place as a people. I think that black people are exceptional. We're special. We are as unique as anybody on the planet. We are the most unique people. We are the original man, the original woman, kings, queens. Anything you want to put with that, I believe that to the bottom of my heart. I don't believe that there's anything better in the world than being black. I don't think of blackness as a liability. I think of blackness as a superpower. So one of the things I wanted to do, the contribution I wanted to make to my community, was to come up with a master plan where we could really implement what we call in the Black Business School the Black Core of Three. The Black Core of Three is that we believe that black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support black businesses. So in order for us to educate our own children, one of the things I realized is that the mother is the first teacher, the father is the second teacher, and we can teach our children in our homes to kind of keep them away from the negative influences that come in the public school system. You know all the statistics, especially with black boys, how our kids get left behind. And what's even worse is that most of these kids graduate and they don't know anything about economics. They don't know anything about how to create a job. They don't know anything about how to invest. They don't know anything about ownership. All they know how to do is go deep in student loan debt and go work for somebody and be in economic slavery for life. And I said, no, this isn't the way to do it. So basically, the big master plan was we created two things. One is what we call Project 2070. I believe that because our platform reaches over 1 million people a week, I believe that by the year 2070, if we do what we have to do in this generation right now, black people can actually go from last to first in economic intelligence, entrepreneurship, investing, and everything else. I truly believe that. I believe that we can be the group that everybody envies because we have millions of economic soldiers. We have young people that want to build businesses, want to invest, want to build wealth, want to own assets, etc. So by the year 2070, we want black people to be number one in the world at this sort of thing. Number two is we want to create 1 million investors within the next year and a half. We want to have 1 million new black people invested in the stock market because the stock market is the number one factor that separates the middle class from the 1%. That's the factor that drives upper class participation. And we don't want our people just broken, struggling, and barely hanging on. We want them getting ahead. So a few things we did was we wanted to create tools that would help you to get this done. Not just tell you to do it, but give you instructions and tools and a process that's cost efficient, won't put you in debt, but will help you put your kids ahead for the next 3 or 4 generations. Whatever you teach your kids, they're going to teach their kids, etc. So one of the things we created, it took us years to do this, is we created our financial workbooks for children. Now we have every grade level covered. These workbooks actually cover all kinds of concepts. This particular one is for 4th and 5th graders and it relates to money, but we also have books for investing. We also have books for understanding the stock market, and we have them for grades 1 through 3, 4 and 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12. So we have every grade group covered, and also they meet standards. We had educators, black educators, help us put these together. It took us years to do this. We also created flashcards, which we found to be very easy ways to implement and basic financial concepts, because that's all it is. That's what separates the haves from the have-nots, is typically the basics. I've been teaching this stuff for a long time, so I know this. Last but not least, we also have our Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program, which is at blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. It's a digital program. Your child can get a degree from the Black Business School when they're done. It's extraordinary. Thousands of kids have gone through it. They love it. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money, but it'll make a difference that'll last you for the rest of your life. And so bottom line is this. I believe that if our kids are as dedicated to learning about money and wealth as they are to learning about sports and hip hop and basketball and football and everything else, I believe that we can be the leaders at economic development, economic strength. And there's nothing more important in the life of a black person than freedom. Freedom is connected to economic security. That's what we want to build in the mindsets and in the households of all the people that are connected to us. So that's it. That's all I want to share that with you guys, so you can kind of see the big picture in terms of what we're doing here. You're probably watching this video on one of the platforms. If you're not there already, just go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. We have workbook bundles and flashcard bundles and digital lecture bundles as well that you can get for your children, where you can literally have a Black Business School right there in your home, and you can be the primary instructor with your child. I can just be the advisor to the instructor. That's what I am. I'm going to advise you, give you everything you need to put your children way ahead of everybody else. And I know this because, again, my PhD is in finance. This is what I do. Okay, so feel free to take a look. It's financialworkbooks.com. So take care, guys. And if you've already bought one of the workbooks already, that's okay. Just email we have an excellent customer support team. All you have to do is send an email to support@theblackbusinessschool.com. If you email support@theblackbusinessschool.com, send them a copy of your receipt where you bought the bundle, and you can say, I already have this book in the bundle, I already have these flashcards, and what they'll do is they'll give you 50% off either a monthly or lifetime membership in the Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program, which will compensate you for the fact that you've already made the investment in your child. So I want to say thank you guys for trusting us and hearing me out. I know I said I take 2 or 3 minutes, but I get excited about it. So I took about 7 minutes, but I hope it was a worthy 7 minutes, because I believe this is the 7 minutes that will change your life, but not just your life. It'll change the lives of your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren, because that's how intergenerational wealth is built. Well, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Business School. Please take care. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Peace.